Hey Dave, how are you? The much anticipated Van Halen Dance the Night Away instructional video. So I just kind of ran through the whole thing. Now let's break it down. Obviously we have the distortion on quite heavily, so I'm just going to dial it back for instructional purposes. So we got the introduction. We're playing kind of an E major triad on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. Those are located on the 9th fret. We're going to play that with the 1st finger. The 2nd chord is just a slight variation. We're going to put our 2nd finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. It's an E sus4 chord. So Van Halen does this a lot. So do a lot of people, but particularly Van Halen. And it's just kind of a little way of kind of sprucing up the chord with some voice leading. You can really do it with many more notes, but in this case Van Halen just does it with sus4. So the beginning, and then we switch to B major triad. So we have our 3rd finger on the 9th fret, 4th string, 2nd finger on the 8th fret, 3rd string, and our 1st finger on the 7th fret, 1st string. So we have B, D sharp, F sharp. And we slide down to an A major triad. A, C sharp, E on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, frets 7, 6, 5. And we're going to play that with fingers 3, 2, 1, respectively. And then finally, it finishes off with an E chord. And we play that with our, we essentially slide the A major chord down 1 fret and switch our 1st and 2nd fingers. So I'm trying to just make sure that you have a good view of it here. So our 3rd finger's on the 4th string, 6th fret, 1st finger's on the 4th fret, 3rd string, 2nd finger's on the 5th fret, 2nd string. And we also play the open E as well. At this time, I'd like to mention I'm tuned a half step down. If yours is sounding different than mine, probably should have started with that. But like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix and many others, Van Halen does play half step down sometimes. So if you don't have 2 or 3 or 4 guitars handy, just tune your guitar half step down and you get a better sound. It might throw the setup a little bit out of whack, but it won't kill you. So anyway, so the chord sequence is we have E, sus4, back to E, B, A, E. Back up to E, then to E sus4. And then we go A to B. Another variation on that is to play E, then to B. Van Halen is famous for not doing the same thing over and over again, so feel free to spruce it up. But it essentially serves the same purpose. I'll play both ways. So you essentially get the same thing, but with a bit of a different flavor. Now, the way to kind of play it back and forth, or the interplay between bass note and chord, you're playing an open E string, every now and then there's some extra little notes, little added. You're not exactly playing obviously it doesn't sound straight all the time. So what I'm doing is that little part there, I would just play the 4th and 3rd strings, palm muted, and then play the full B chord, slide down to the A chord. So any sort of interpretation of that is acceptable, because if you watch live versions of it, he's all over the place. He even throws in the harmonics from the solo throughout the verse as well in live versions. He just has fun with it. So that's kind of the basic idea of the introduction, the verse, and the chorus. Let's talk about the pre-chorus. We have power chords, B, so we have B, F sharp, and B again, and that's the 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 3rd string, 4th fret, B, F sharp, B. Slide it up 2 frets and we have C sharp, sus4, so that there, F sharp on the 1st string on the 2nd fret, 5th fret, 2nd string, that's an E, D sharp's on the 4th fret, and then B again on the 3rd string. C sharp minor, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp again, and E. So we have 5th string, 4th fret, 4th string, 6th fret, 3rd string, 6th fret, and the 2nd string, 5th fret. And there's that voice leading with suspended fourths and fifths and sixths, etc. And then it goes into the chorus. So once again, the pre-chorus. And that little bit there, when I do the sus4 on the B power chord, I just outline the triad on the second, third, and fourth strings respectively. Sorry. So after you play that C sharp minor chord, I arpeggiate it starting from the first string, and I go first string, second string, third string, fourth string. And then, keeping my first finger down, I would play the fourth, third, and second strings. My pinky finger is going to do a bit of voice leading on the 7th fret. That's F sharp. Down to my my second finger on the 5th fret. That's E. And then into the chorus. Then it goes into the verse, again, does another chorus, and then we do the bridge right before the solo. So really it's just a B power chord and an A power chord, and he plays with the suspensions as well. So we have a B power chord, little sus flavor in there, sus4. At this point I'm putting the pick in my mouth, and then he does a little suspended, I can't really talk with the pick in the mouth, just realized that now. But right before the solo kicks in, after I put the pick in my mouth, I'm going to take my first finger and I'm going to play that, just the top part of the B power chord, B major chord triad. So I'm playing strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 4th fret. Sorry. And then I'm going to go that play back and forth from the B triad to the sus4 chord. And then if you had distortion on, I would kill the distortion as the solo begins. Okay, so what the heck's going on? So we're playing same chords that we've been playing this whole time. E major triad, B major triad, an A major triad. I should mention that this is a second version of an E major triad. And then we arpeggiate the A major triad from the second string, third string, to the fourth string. And then we would go backwards. E, A, B, and then arpeggiate. Or in live versions, he goes, it's really up to you. Now, the effect that I'm getting, the harmonic effect, artificial harmonic effect, I should add, is created by tapping the fret exactly one octave higher than the note you're playing. So, for example, if I'm playing G sharp on the 9th fret on the second string, I would have to tap the fret on the 21st fret where the G sharp is located an octave above. It's a little more difficult to achieve. Now, it's been a while since I've really fumbled around with these types of artificial harmonics. Typically, classical players would pluck them like that, where I'm playing one finger and stopping the vibration, creating the harmonic with another finger. In this case, my third finger plucks the string and my first finger stops the note, creating the harmonic. But Van Halen, I don't know if he invented this, but figured out, or he played that. I don't know if Van Halen invented this, but this technique on the electric guitar, but he executes these with tapping. Now, the advantage of doing it this way is that you can play chords, whereas if I was plucking it, it doesn't have that same effect. And then he plucks he still gets the E bass note going. I prefer to do it with my thumb. So to play the chords, the artificial harmonic chords, I would align my finger across the fret and tap the fret, or tap all the notes that I want to sound an octave above. Then for this chord here, B major triad, I kind of just align my finger, you know, in the same sort of shape that my fingers are down here, so that I hit the 19th fret, 20th fret, and 21st fret on the second, third, and fourth strings, respectively. Now, there's a couple of things that will help you achieve a good sound without disturbing my neighbors too much. You could turn up the volume. More volume, more sound. Now, when I do tap my finger, I want my index finger to be somewhat convex, because if it's like this, I'm gonna hit some strings here and miss strings here. So I want to try and hyperextend it, or extend it as much as I can, to almost create like a, you know, a bit of a bow, reverse bow on my finger. If you can get it perfectly flat, you know, maybe that would be ideal. I haven't really analyzed it to death. I just kind of and then after you're done, this whole time the pick's been in my mouth. Distortion back on, pick back in my hand. And then we're back. So that's basically it. It's one of Van Halen's more straightforward tunes. I'll play through some of the parts again really slowly, just so you can kind of see, and with some different close-ups. Much for watching, and we'll see you next time.